Hello YouTube, I'm Jack Clark, the Musketeer, coming to you with another video. How are you? So, for those of you who don't know, Legendary Collection Joey's World is going to be debuting a brand new card to the TCG, and that is 6th Sense, a previously OCG only card that has been banned in the OCG for many years, but it's not going to be banned in the TCG. Oh no, it's going to be limited to 1. Yeah, that is not a good thing. For those of you who don't know what 6th Sense does, it is a normal trap card that allows you to declare 2 numbers from 1 to 6, at which point your opponent rolls a 6-sided die once. If the result on the die is either of the numbers you declared, you get to draw that many cards. If not, you have to mill cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard equal to the result on the die. So in all cases, you are going to be declaring 5 and 6 with this card, because if you get a 5 or a 6, you will draw 5 or 6 respective cards. That's insane, and by no stretch of the imagination is that a good thing, and is ban worthy. Yes, it is. And of course, at the time of its release, having you mill cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard, that was a bad thing, because you didn't have as many ways to manipulate the cards that you sent to the graveyard with this effect. But now we can, because Lightsworn and Dragon Rulers, and there are a plethora of decks that are graveyard oriented that can use this card. So yeah, decks that are graveyard oriented have a new toy to play with, in addition to the fact that if they, oh no, we didn't get the milling effect, oh, what did you get instead? +6. Or a +5, I guess, technically, but it's ridiculous. You can either benefit from the mills, or benefit, like, with card advantage out of the fucking wazoo. No one says wazoo anymore, but that's kind of silly. So, in one way, I'm kind of with the mass, everyone else, and I'm flipping my shit, respectively, as well. However, honestly, if I'm going to think to myself, I'm a little bit optimistic with this card. I don't think this is at all surprising that they would release 6th Sense. It was going to be released at some point. It doesn't surprise me that they are going to make it legal upon its release at all. Yeah, sure, it's a very powerful card and is ban list worthy, but think of it like this. BLS was on the ban list for such a long time, and then it came off the ban list and went to 1. When people heard of this, they kind of flipped their shit in a similar fashion. But then, of course, it was a very good card, and it that Chaos decks topped for a brief period of time. But as time went by, people realised that actually it's a very good card on its own right, and it's as a game changer and it's a game ender in its own right. But actually, it doesn't have enough more synergy with other cards to make it a consistent win condition. Yeah, sure, you can. BLS is still a fantastic card, and it has counters, but having counters doesn't make a card any less good, keep in mind. But it doesn't hold a candle to the consistency and power that Dragon Rulers can dish out. Yes, sure, Dragon Rulers individually aren't as powerful as BLS, but together they are a well-oiled machine that will fuck over BLS on any day, because Blaster, Dragosack, Big Eye, and a plethora of synchro options will fuck its shit up. Same kind of thing goes along with 6th Sense. It is a normal trap card that is not searchable. And, of course, the chances of you getting the massive pluses that you can get from it is, well, limited down to, I don't know, if you declare a 5 or a 6, you'll have a 1 in 3 chance of getting one of those 2 numbers. Which is okay. It is not really a big enough kind of range of probability to make it, like, not likely to happen. We will have times when I go to YCS London, someone will flip 6th Sense and then get to draw 5 or 6 cards. It's going to happen more than not. But yeah, sure, it's a lot more sacky than that, but actually it allows you to draw. It's not going to make decks that were previously rubbish any better. It's just going to make decks that are currently good better. And it's not necessarily going to be a good thing, because of course you're going to mill. Yeah, sure, milling's great sometimes. I mean, yeah, sure, milling is always good, especially for graveyard-oriented decks, but it's still not that good. You could mill Dark Hole and all these plethora of cards, which, yeah, sure, unlikely to mill. That's the point with it. It's unlikely to mill what you want, and it's unlikely that you're going to draw that many cards. But I am still flipping my shit simply because the potential to draw 5 or 6 cards, or whatever, is still quite a big threat and can be used by everyone. But, I don't know. Maybe the fact that everyone will have this advantage means that no one will have an advantage at all. Who knows? Let's just hope that Lady Luck and the Heart of the Cards are on your side when you play this card. I will, of course, still be attending YCS London, but I am not going to be very, I'm not very confident, so to speak. I'm going to be using my Psychic deck, which I've not been doing nearly enough practice with it. And as soon as 6th Sense comes out, yeah, sure, I'll put it in the Psychics, and I'm going to join the bandwagon to see what the fuss is about. And most likely, I'm going to cry myself to sleep every night that weekend. But that's pretty much it. That's my opinion anyway. So, of course, in the comments down below as a video response, tell me what you think of Sixth Sense, and why do you think it should be banned, or do you think it should stay at 1? Of course, we have a ban list now that can be, well, cycle through, and we can be much more frequent with how it can change. Konami is not going to let this card remain at 1 if it's going to be destroying the format. At December, if it's a ridiculously powerful card that we can't handle, they will ban it again. If not, though, and it's just a powerful card, then it will stay at 1. Tsukuyo Mi was a bannable card at some point, and look at that. It went to 1 to 2 to 3, and no one's using it even now. That's pretty much it. In the comments down below, tell me what you think of Sixth Sense, and that's pretty much it. I'm Jack Clark, the Eagle Musketeer. More videos coming out to you soon, but until then, goodbye.